Hi guys, so welcome again for our PowerApps tutorial. So we will now discuss how to patch a data from collection to a choice type column, and then we will then discuss how to bulk uploads to a data source, which is SharePoint list. So there is a two version of bulk upload. So I will show first the first version. So let's start. Um, I will create now a second screen, a new screen. So name this we will name this screen to bulk upload. Okay, and then I will change this bulk upload, then 35, and then bold 35 and bold, and then I will just copy the image from previous screen. I'll paste it here and then reorder, send to back. Then now I will, in adding item 1, 2, 3, 4, we will create a for label. Okay, and I will just color this to blue and then white. Okay, I will creating a label for labels. So I'll just a bit here. Okay, and then this is a training title. This is the completion. This is status. This is comment. Okay, and then we will create a drop down. Just the drop down, and then sorry, I will copy drop down for status, and then date completion. I will um, date picker, insert date picker, and then for the comments, I will just create a text input. Okay, and then for the training title, I will go to the list so I can copy the choices for the training title. So training title will be this. Oh, sorry. Copy, and then I'll paste it here. Just then that's it. And then for the date completion as is, and then for the status, I will copy the choices from the status. Hey, copy, and then I will paste it here. Okay, and then the text input, I will delete the text input, the default text, so it will be blank. And then we will create a button, um, 4 buttons, 4 buttons. So the first button is add, second button is delete, third button is clear, and then the fourth is submit. Okay, and then I will change the color this to green. change the delete to red. I will change this to um, dark red or dark red, and then into blue, and then okay. So I will create a formula in this button for add. Okay, sorry. I will um, cut this. I will paste it here. Okay. Okay. For the add, I will copy. Where's that? Click. Okay. For the add, I will modify this. Let's say I will name my variable to my data. So I will collect my data. So and then I will delete this first. Okay, so for the training title column in my collection, I will just say call training, and then um, what is the name of this field? It should be uh, it's drop down tree. So I will um, type it here, and then that selected, that value. Okay, and then comma for the date completion, I will just say date call date. Okay, and then call date completion, call date completion, and then let's just know the name of this. It's date picker one. I will type it here, then that selected. Okay, that selected date, and then comma for the status, I will just name call status, and then what's the name of this field? It's drop down tree. Okay, and then that selected, that value, and then comma for the last, it's the comments. So I will name this call comments, and then we will now get the name of that, and then um, type it here, that text. Okay, so let's try. I will add, and then we will check the data collection if it's working, my data. So there is now a one entry. Okay, so I will I will insert a data table. I'll insert data table, and then the data source will be my data, which is my variable. Okay. Name of the data collection. Sorry. And then when we choose the my data, I will edit the fields. I will add the columns. So call training, date completion, call status, and then the comments, and then add. Okay. And then I will change the color to white. And then I will arrange this. Okay. So when I select training 2 and then add, it will add, and then if I select training 3, it will add. It it collects the data in the collection. It's not saving in the data source. It's just collecting only on our data collection, which is the my data. Okay, so let's create a formula for delete. Mm, I will say remove function and then my data, which is our data collection, and then data table 3. This is the our data table. So data table 3, the name. I will change this to data table 3. That's selected. Okay, let's try. If I choose to delete the training tree, this item, and then click the delete, it will delete. Okay, it's working. Okay, so let's move to clear. I will just use the clear function and then my data, which is our data collection. So if we will play, if I click clear, it will clear all the data. Okay, so I will just try to add items. Okay, and then for the submit, I will um, create a formula for submit. This is all the magic began. Okay, so for all my data, which is our data source, patch, PowerApps training tracker, which is our data source in SharePoint, and then defaults, PowerApps again, and then training title. So for the training title, which is this is the training title in uh, the column in our SharePoint, which is this training title, and then we will say lookup choice because the training title column is a choice column. We will now use the lookup function and then choice and then our data source, which is PowerApps training tracker, and then that training title, which is the column training title, and then we will use comma and then value and then the call training. So this is the call training. Okay, and then comma, I will add, I call it completion. So in our SharePoint list, date completion is the name of the column. I will type date completion and then I will choose call date completion, date completion. Okay, and then comma and then call status. So name of the column is status. Okay, just type status, then tab, and then I will say call status. But it's not working because we don't use the lookup. So we will copy this and then I will paste it here. I will delete this and then paste it here. So for the status lookup, choice that, and I will change this training title to status. Okay, and then the value is equals to call status, not call training. Okay, and then close parenthesis and then comma again for the um, comments. So I will just type comments because that's the name of our column in SharePoint. And then I will say call comments. Comments. Okay, so that's it. And then after that, I will close the parenthesis and then I will clear my data. So after we submit the data to SharePoint list, I will clear all again our data collection and then I will notify item submitted. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so I will just delete all the items here in SharePoint so we will know the difference. Okay, so okay, let's try. I will clear first. I will add training 1, add. I will add training 2, test, and then add. I will add training 3, add. So we have now three items, and then I will submit all. Okay, so it it cleared the data in our collection, and we will check now the data source if it's reflecting the three items. Okay, it's reflecting. So this is the first version of our bulk upload. So thank you. Uh, See you on our next tutorial on the version for copy the data from Excel to Power Apps. So that's a very informative formula. So thank you. Bye bye.